I stayed up so late last night, kind of diving in and doing a lot of research about this film. I've had to have 2 cups of coffee today because of it. But I'm wondering, in your research doing this film, did you ever have any nights where you were up kind of late thinking about the research or anything that kind of kept you up in thinking about your role for this?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's quite easy to end up in that, um, you know, whole vortex, whatever it is, in online, and just getting trapped by this case and the actual case. And there's so much footage of it, and I think there's a documentary on YouTube about the case, and there's so much footage, and it's a story that I hadn't heard of before. And even like Gus, who was, in his late teens or early 20s, I think at the time, hadn't heard of it either. So it's this kind of very sensational story that I just hadn't heard of before. I had countless of nights, stuck in that rabbit hole.
I wonder if there's a fun fact or something that happened that maybe fans won't be able to see on screen that you want them to know about putting this film together.
It was quite wild. I mean, we shot the whole thing in 19 days, which is the shortest shooting schedule I've ever had, in combination with more dialogue than I've ever had for a role. So you can only imagine the tempo was quite intense, which I thought was going to be more daunting, but it was actually kind of fun because, you know, um, the way it was shot, it was just 2 handheld cameras. It was very sort of wild and loose, and just like let the actors go and the cameras will find you. So usually what takes time on a film set is not the performances, but the setups. The cameras taking forever and setting up cameras. But we did not have that time. So it was just, and the cameras were on rolling all the time, and we got to act as much as we could, which, you know, it's more fun. There's an old saying, I think, I can't remember, who quoted it, but it's, you know, uh, as an actor, you get paid for waiting, and acting is for fun. I mean, we flew in, and in the actual case, when it happened in 1977, I think it was in February, and there was snow on the ground, and it doesn't snow that often in Louisville. But when we came in, it was like my flight actually got delayed because it was just a blizzard all over the Midwest, so the whole city was just covered in feet of snow, and it was clear to me, coming from Sweden, that this place doesn't have the infrastructure to clear it out the same way as we do, because we're pretty used to it. But it was very, very cold, and of course it looked amazing because the footage that you have, the exteriors are all covered in white snow, and that's just one of those things where you have to sort of look to the higher power and going, thanks, man, you might be rooting for us.
Bill, I'm so excited to see the film. I cannot wait. The fans are, of course, talking about the mustache, though. They want to know if it's coming back before I let you go.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like I don't have my own face anymore because I just go from movie to movie. So like, so personally, maybe not, but who knows what my next role is gonna look like.